My bad.
Just tied it up.
Believe, well, really, friends of the show, well, really, the world. It's Monday.
I mean, anyone with internet access.
Anyone with that. Yeah. It's Monday. You know what that means. The boys are at Howie Sports page.
Let's go.
Recapping the last week of what was, and we'll preview what will be. Luke Markwith is with us, as he always is. Luke, welcome.
Well, thank you.
I am Fred Slow. Van Nunley is next to me.
Yeah, baby.
And we're about to recap what was a very good week in the world of not just sports, but pop culture, current events. And every day, the biggest news in the history of the world. And, of course, we're going to lead with, Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
Surreal.
You just made me relive these chills, baby.
Learn to fly. You and I and Luke, Van, this past week, when saw Paul McCartney with 15,000 of our closest friends at the local outdoor theater, wherever you live around these United States of America, whatever amphitheater you consider your home amphitheater, our version of that. And we saw Paul McCartney at 83 years old rocking his socks off.
Yeah.
It was wildly impressive. And surprise, surprise, Paul McCartney, dude still draws.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you say 15,000 of your closest friends, it really did feel like that with the vibe in there that day. I mean, it was just the most peaceful, loving.
Incredible. I guarantee you that's like one of the rare nights in the history of Isleta, Hard Rock, Albuquerque, whatever it is now, amphitheater.
9 named
that
amphitheater.
There were 0 incidents.
Yeah. Security had the night off, basically.
They didn't have the night off with, you need to check your back, sir. Sir, can you put your arms in the air, sir? Yeah, I have been to, we're going to do negative compliment sandwich here. I have been to World Series, and I've been to Super Bowls, and I have been to WrestleManias, and I have been to Garth Brooks, and I have been to national conventions, and I have been to all of the things that you as a human being can go to in person. And this was by far, this was worse than UNM, University of New Mexico Lobo football, hosting the University of New Mexico State Aggie football. This crowd could not figure it out. Could not drive, could not park, could not enter, could not find a spot. They all found their spot. Nobody went for beer. It was the weirdest crowd situation I'd ever seen.
Well, everything was thrown off with the delay getting in.
Correct.
You know, for those kind of things, the gates usually open about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And people are staggering in as they're coming. Because of the weather and the concerns with the lightning, and they weren't sure what was going to happen with the show, as of about 7 o'clock, they still hadn't opened the gates.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you had 15,000 people herding in at once, and so it did provide some special challenges for the security, I'm sure. But
can we call them Paul heads moving forward? I don't want to call them people. I want to call them Paul heads.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right.
I didn't feel like a person.
Blackbirds?
Probably going to get a cease and desist from Jimmy Buffett's people, but whatever.
Those are parrot heads.
Uh-huh. Correct.
It's very similar.
Mm-hmm. Incredibly similar.
I'm gonna. Well, only one has wings. Ah, damn it! No, they both do.
A lot of overlap in those crowds.
It was late start, so 8:45 ish, so maybe 45 minutes. Mountain, everyone.
Yeah.
And then all the way up to maybe 11:30 ish Mountain.
I mean, yeah, it was almost 11:40. We got a full 3 hours of music.
Full 3 hours.
It was incredible.
There's generally a curfew out there with when the bands have to be done, but I guess when you're Paul McCartney and you're swinging 12 inches soft, it's just like, you know.
Well, and it was one of those situations where I think you said it to me, Van, before the show started. You said, "Hey, man, I think he does like 30 songs or something."
Yeah. Well, I stole that information from Luke.
Yeah, it was a 35 song set.
And I go, "Well, Beatles songs are like 2 minutes. Like this makes sense."
I just assumed, and I was wildly wrong, that 83-year-old Paul McCartney was going to do like an hour, go take a little disco nap, then go do another hour and call it a day. Hell no.
Yeah.
He's 3 hours straight, nonstop.
Well, and it was like all his life, he was only waiting for this moment to arrive.
And, you know, I've seen some pyrotechnics on stage there before with different acts.
This is a great note.
But the fireworks display behind the stage and in the sky was something I've never seen. Was unbelievable.
So you're talking about when he was doing Wings' Live or Let Die.
Yeah, Live and Let Die was.
And every time they hit die on the big power chord, a 4th of July quality fireworks show went off behind the stage.
Incredible. I am not joking right now. I'm getting chills just talking about it. Like, it was incredible. Every single moment. Like, I'm sure you guys got sick of me saying it.
Yeah.
But I kept saying over and over again, a living Beatle is singing me Beatles songs right now.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
No, it was. And, you know, to keep the sensibility of who he is and what the music is, but to embrace the technology with the pyrotechnics and some of those. I will say this, that middle screen behind the stage was still designed for people at Woodstock. I mean, it was it was a tripper's paradise back there. It was quite psychedelic. And I mean, it was the technology was amazing, but it didn't overshine the music. It was just a perfect compliment. It was unbelievable.
He has not forgotten his trips to India and all the insanity that pursued when he got back from India. When they went into the psychedelic Beatles phase, like, he really embraced that.
Well,
and he still holds it very close.
And
you can tell.
Obviously Beatles talk, obviously Wings talk, but the solo stuff, Helter Skelter, and the solo stuff, Band on the Run. Like whenever he came in and just did like those bangers as well. Yeah. And then the way he mixed them all together, because Helter Skelter was the encore, right? So he finishes with Live or Let Die, Wings.
Which, by the way, is my favorite Beatles song. I went absolutely apeshit when Helter Skelter came on.
And then after that, Hey Jude, where I'm not radio, like necessary embellishment, like radio, like we're amplifying. I'm going to tell you this: 6, 7, 8 minutes right in there. It was us, and again, 15,000 of our closest friends going, na, 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 na.
Sure. No, it was an immersive crowd experience. It was,
na, 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 na. For 7 minutes.
Right.
Like, and it was this part of the crowd, that, but the boys, the girls, anyone who's seen the Beatles before, anyone who's here for the first time. And you're going, thank you, Paul. Yeah. Paul, thank you this is what real life is. I'm in real life right now.
I had chills when they did the I've Got a Feeling, where they did the kind of posthumous duet, where they had the vocal tracks of John Lennon along with visuals of him on the screen in the back. And he kind of said at the end after that song, he's like, I love doing that song because I get to sing with John again. Yeah. And it's the closest anybody my age will ever see to those two singing together. But it was surreal, man.
Our age, and that's like the big conversation right now, because we are all 40 and 40 adjacent. Yeah. So it's John Lennon is dead. John Lennon has been dead our entire lives.
I was 3. One of my first memories as a child is watching my parents cry seeing my parents cry for the first time.
One of my earliest memories in entertainment is when George Harrison died, and the way that entertainment and radio and the world pay tribute to he. And I now low key look forward to when celebrities pass, so that there's like a that moment of celebration for them. Good celebrity, also bad ones. You know what? Anyone.
Sure.
But like that, but you and I, Van, and I don't think you were there, Luke, we saw Ringo Starr together.
Yeah. We saw 2 Beatles in the span of 2 summers.
Yeah.
How wild is that?
Wild. Like, and then from taking that, because now the conversation nationally.
I heard you tripped Ringo Starr.
Yeah,
that's what I heard. I heard you tripped Ringo Starr on his way back up.
Well, he was going off the stage and
Speaking of tripping.
Yeah, it was a couple years early, but he was running off the stage and he got Charlie Kirked like on the way out. And then the whole building goes, and then he gets up. He goes, "I'm all right, ain't I? I'm all right. Yeah, looks like I took a little tumble there."
Went straight to the drum set and kept rocking.
And then he did for some reason, Journey or something. His all-star band is.
I thought that was fun. I like that idea of like, you got a different band member from different bands from the classic rock era. Yeah. You get to do all their songs.
You get to do them all.
Yeah, they were called the Traveling Wilburys.
Sure.
Well, and that's the conversation now, right? Because the Bad Bunny thing, going to the Super Bowl halftime, and then you have all these I'm going to call them ignorance, where they're going, "Hey, you got to alternate. One year it's got to be rock and roll music, and the next year it's got to be not rock and roll music." And then it's got to be rock and roll music the next, and you go, well, what is not? Is that
we
country?
Want both kinds, country and Western.
Sure.
Yeah. The what's the song from Blues? But run them down.
Rawhide.
So it's going from what was it last year? Rap, hip hop.
Yeah, sure.
And then this year, obviously, like pop or rap again. I don't know what phrasing to use here.
Yeah.
And then I think the last time we had like a rock and roll performance was forever ago, and I don't remember like a good
Prince.
One.
Prince was pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, and I even feel like Prince is like pop music, but yeah, rock and roll.
But
like,
I mean, they've had rock and roll guests. I remember when Aerosmith came out with Somebody a few years ago, and they did that. They added a rock flair to an otherwise kind of R&B show. But
because there are no rock and roll performers anymore. There's none.
And the
Dave
Super Bowl
Grohl begs to differ.
Sure. I mean, the Super Bowl is a performance.
Yeah.
You're not just there to watch a band. Like performers are solo artists. Performers are pop stars. Performers are rappers. Like you get up and walk around and do stage changes, set changes, costume changes. You're going in between songs. If you're a rock and roll band, you got 4, 5, 6 dudes just staying in the same place. Like that doesn't lend itself to like a giant Super Bowl halftime performance.
It has not been rock and roll since 2010. Isn't that crazy? I'm gonna give it to you real quick. Bad Bunny obviously will be this year. Was Kendrick last year with SZA, and then before that Usher. Before that Rihanna. Before that, arguably the second best one of all time, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg.
Love that one.
The weekend before that, which was also good.
Yeah.
Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, Bad Bunny. So welcome back to the game, Bad Bunny. The worst one of all time was before that. That was the Maroon 5 year. The 2019 Maroon 5 Super Bowl is at or near the worst Super Bowl halftime performance all time.
Well, I think they learned a lesson from that.
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to go with entertainers.
Yeah.
Before that, Justin Timberlake of the Tennessee Kids, which was fine.
Sure.
Lady Gaga, tremendous national anthem, fine. 2016 Coldplay, which I guess we can call rock and roll if we want to. I wouldn't. Beyonce and Bruno Mars. Before that, Katy Perry. Before that, Bruno Mars again. Before that, Beyonce. Before that, Madonna. Before that, we're in 2011, the Black Eyed Peas. And then 2010, The Who. Because there are no rock and rollers. Tom Petty played the halftime in 2008. Tom Petty is dead.
Yeah.
They're all dead.
Right.
We saw Paul McCartney at 83. He's not dead. All the ones we grew up with in the 90s, all the grunge ones, except for Eddie Vedder, they're all dead. Like, there's no one left to do rock and roll music, and that's wild.
I mean, hot take, like, I'm not going to be Gran Torino, Clint Eastwood in the rocking chair on the front porch and say things are always better back then than they are now. I think music has never been better than it is right now in this moment.
Yeah.
And you have all the choices in the world. Like, every new band now, learn from the people we're talking about. Like those great bands that the guy who's actually on his front porch in his rocking chair wants to see. All the new guys are students of them, and they take it on their own, and they make it their own, and they do it better now. It's like, don't be like the revisionist historian and be like, oh, music will never be the same.
Yeah.
No, it gets better and better and better. The problem is you're just stuck in whatever generation. Like, how many people do you know that like only listened to music when they were in high school and college? Everyone, right? Like, what 40-year-old do you know that's like, I can't wait to find out what the new kids are up to? I'm I'm the only one who does that I know of.
I play with you, right?
Yeah.
You're like, hey, Freddie, like the new Greta Van Fleet slaps. I'll go. It kind of sounds like what I'm familiar with.
That's just a Led Zeppelin cover band.
Yeah, I don't think it slaps.
Sure.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, who's got the pulling power? Is it Foo Fighters? Maybe.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
My business partner, Billy Corgan.
Sure.
I think the Smashing Pumpkins could, but also a little bit of an insider opinion there. Maybe the world doesn't think that.
I saw the Smashing Pumpkins last year, and they were, it was funny. We got there, and they came out for the first song or two, and I found myself being that old guy, like, oh, God, this is way too loud, and it sounds like crap. Like, this is terrible. And then 2 songs in, Billy Corgan comes out and goes, sorry, we've had a little problem with the monitors, this, that. They fix it, and from then on, it sounded phenomenal.
Sure.
They killed it. It was everything you wanted to hear. They sounded as good or better than before.
And that was his way to disarm you with a smile.
It was phenomenal. They were talking about Gila monsters and all this stuff while they were kind of killing time to fix the technical issues. But after that, I was like, okay, good. I'm not that old. I'm not get off my lawn guy yet.
All right. Well, I can't name another one. I don't know. What's Radiohead's last album? Moonshaped Pool? How long ago was that?
I don't think that's ever going to be considered for a halftime
No,
show.
never.
No.
You know, a bunch of people depressed in the stands.
Weezer.
Yeah, sure.
Pearl Jam, I guess, but they're not.
No.
I don't think they're it. Red Hot Chili Peppers, they're not it.
Yeah.
Like rock and roll will not make it.
I mean, I said it on this program recently that I'm assuming, and I'm very confident in this opinion, that the NFL called Taylor Swift first.
Sure.
She didn't want to do it. Bad Bunny, besides Taylor Swift, probably the biggest artist in the world right now. So, like, hey, he accepted the call, and he accepted the call of duty.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And a volunteer.
He is a gigantic superstar. I mean, all this outrage is just based in the same bullshit that's dividing this country in every facet of life. Like, this is all faith-based and political-based opinion.
And to that point, at the concert, when Paul McCartney was playing Blackbird, he talked about the first time they were in Jacksonville playing that song. It was a segregated crowd, and they refused to go on in front of a segregated crowd. And it's such a beautiful thing he did, but it's so sad that 60 years later, we're still fighting the same things.
Ridiculous.
I mean, not as blatant, but it's still there.
And that us and 15,000 of our closest friends we were with, when he came out with the U.S. flag and the New Mexico flag and the Pride flag and the
Union Jack,
whenever he came out and waved them on there, you only heard a rapturous applause.
Yeah.
Correct.
I got my ass drugged to that terrible Jason Aldean concert because I didn't know who that was.
Sure.
Because I thought Jason Aldean was.
You got the wrong Jason. You wanted to go see Isbell.
Yeah, I thought it was Jason.
Yeah, for sure.
I looked up the other guy. I thought it was. I thought it was a different country guy because they're all so similar.
Right.
So I go, and you pull that stuff out at that concert, you're gonna get booed off stage.
Right.
Because like our neighbors are those people. Like they're right next to us with that energy. Yeah. Because everyone I know that. Sorry to cut you off, Luke. Everyone I know that doesn't care for the idea of Bad Money being in the Super Bowl show can't make an explanation on why without using the phrase conservative beliefs.
Yeah.
And that's wild to me.
Or based in ignorance, not knowing that Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
I need to go. I want to go now.
Oh, my God.
Well, yeah, 51's all you got left. You've got 50 conquered. Puerto Rico's all that's left.
I think America's Samoa counts. I think I can go to that.
Sure.
I think I can go to the Virgin Islands. Mm-hmm. Like, these are my next ones. So,
I went to the Virgin Islands once.
They had to change the name.
Now it's just the islands.
Dang, dude, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I was going to do a 50 joke like Molly Shannon used to do on Saturday Night Live because I've been to all 50, but instead you did what I assume is a Mitch Hedberg joke.
It's very sexual. Very sexual. Speaking of Puerto Rico, like wanting to go to Puerto Rico, I had tickets to go to San Juan. Would you like to know the date of my departure? March 15th, 2020. Something happened around that time that made me cancel my trip.
Yeah, we got back from Mexico February 20th of 2020 and had a nice vacation, went and saw some friends get married. It was lovely. And there was a few people in the airport, mostly Asian people with masks on already.
Sure.
And you're like, oh yeah, this thing, it's over there, whatever. And then like came back, got back to work. And 2 weeks later it was like, hey, guess what? Extended vacation.
That is exactly 8 months before I got the COVID-19.
Yeah, you did.
And it put me in the hospital.
Our boy almost died, Luke.
The times, they were a-changing. When we get back, we either talk about how great Major League Baseball playoff is right now or those super niche 90s movies that we're all still caught up on. It's 2 Men On right here on the Believe Network. Hi and hello and welcome back to 2 Men On right here on the Believe Network. We're at Howie Sports Page where I, Fred Slow, he, Van Nunley, and our very good friend Luke Markwith talk to you about sports, pop culture, current events, news of the week, and we recap it all for you by previewing what to come. I teased either Major League Baseball playoffs and how they're the best they've been since this exact time last year, or those niche 90s VHS movies that we all got caught up with as kids wore out and now still have a weird adult obsession.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and pick baseball, guys.
Fine,
Sorry for you.
Yeah. For another day.
Yeah. But you'll get your Three Ninjas conversation one day, Van.
No doubt.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, I still have a VHS copy of The Gift somewhere.
You know, Luke, it's supposed to say fraternity, not frat. You wouldn't call your country a...
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there. That's okay.
Just talking about a little PCU talk during the commercial break.
Seattle Mariners are the real deal. We called this earlier in the week. It is Toronto, I think 2 or 3 years off schedule, but they have arrived to the dance, and they are dancing. And the ALCS is far more entertaining than the NLCS because I think that is a no-brainer. I think that's a shoo-in.
Well, hard disagree, Fred, because the Milwaukee Brewers, my second favorite team in all of baseball, was 6-0 against the Los Angeles Dodgers in the regular season. Did not lose to them all year.
So you're saying they're due.
I'm saying there's a chance. Like, playoff baseball, friend of the show knows that I'm a baseball junkie. I live for it. My favorite sport by far. I think the purest of all sports. But I think the bigger overarching story here
The purest of all sports is not baseball. It's either cockfighting or horse racing.
Okay.
If you say otherwise.
When you say pure, what do you mean? Like, hey,
when you say cockfighting, what do you mean?
Put your right arm down.
When you say cockfighting, what do you mean? Are we talking roosters or are we talking a sword fight?
It's pronounced fraternity.
I think the bigger story here is the haves versus the have-nots, like the big spenders versus the lower rung spenders, because the Dodgers obviously spend more money than any team in the history of any sport ever.
Not now.
Compared to their opponents.
Not now.
Well, not now. Later. Yeah, the checks are coming. And then
you got post-dated checks.
The Dodgers with the number one payroll going up against the Brewers with the 15th or 16th payroll, which is still spending a little bit of money, and as far as the baseball world is concerned. And then the Blue Jays, which are the fourth biggest payroll, going up against the Mariners, who are 15, 16 payroll. Like, you look like since the wild card era started, 18 of the World Series winners were in the top 5 in payroll. Like, that's a direct indication of you spend money in baseball, you get direct results. But we have a chance this year to flip the script and have 2 teams who are middle-of-the-road spenders who have never won a World Series beat these behemoths and pull off something unprecedented.
Oh, yeah, I'm all for it. And, the salary cap issue is one. I'm more a proponent of a salary floor.
Same.
I think that they have to have with everybody getting all this TV money, like, you have to put a competitive product out there. You should be required to spend a certain amount. There is no way you should have one guy making more than an entire team's payroll in a season. Yeah. That is just ridiculous.
The Los Angeles Dodgers payroll this year is more than the bottom 6 combined.
Well, I mean,
that's dumb.
Like Ohtani, I think, is more than the
Ohtani's
Pirates.
Ohtani's more than the Pirates. Yeah.
And there's like 2. It's the Marlins. You know what I mean? So it's just, and yet they're still getting this an equal cut of TV revenue.
Yeah, unfair.
I don't know how unfair it is. Like, you want to spend more, spend more.
Yeah.
You got the opportunity. Hey, Milwaukee, it's cool. You got it with a bunch of scrappy kids who've never been in the spotlight before, and a manager who's overlooked by all the major markets, and you're doing it for Bob, and you can do all the things, or you can just build a stadium that holds 80,000 people, and then when you get all that money, you can just spend it.
Sure.
Like, do one of those 2 things. Like, both those work. They're both here.
I mean, there's obviously both sides to that coin, because you could say, oh, the Dodgers are cheating. They're just outspending everybody. They're buying all the best players. They're destined to win. But I guarantee you, every fan of all these bottom feeder teams, guess what? They all have billionaire owners. Guess what? All these guys could spend exactly like the Dodgers, and every single fan of these franchises want their team to do exactly what the Dodgers are doing.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't looked it up this year. I'm looking at what you guys are talking. But there's always this which team makes the most profits list in Major League Baseball every year. And number 1 is always the Pirates.
The Pirates. Yeah. They got a beautiful field. They got a hardcore fan base, and they spend no money.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant recipe.
All right, I'm pulling it in right now.
But it's bad for the league overall.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, so in 2024, it was the Boston Red Sox. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because they have kind of changed their approach where they're not spending as much as they historically were competitively.
Right.
So this makes sense. After that, Chicago Cubs. After that, the San Francisco Giants, Baltimore Orioles. After that, that's probably your best one. Yeah. And then your most losses, Mets and the Padres. They both really ate it.
Sure.
And those are teams that have paid for players on the field. Mm-hmm. Like, paid to be competitive.
The Mets have the second biggest payroll in baseball, and they missed the playoffs by 2 games. Like, they were still in the mix with all their injuries and all the issues they dealt with throughout the season. Money still almost got them in there.
The Dodgers pay $150 million in luxury tax. That's too much. That is more than, are you ready? That's more than what Detroit pays.
They made the playoffs.
That's more than what Minnesota just pays in payroll. That's more than, Colorado, obviously. That's more than the Athletics, obviously. The St. Louis Cardinals payroll was only $160 million. They've been ass for about 10 years. They need to figure that out. Also, I mean, Albert Pujols was right there. I guess he's going to be the manager of the Angels. That's not a right now conversation.
St. Louis is like another place like Pittsburgh where they don't have to put out a winning product, and the fans will show up.
The Cubs were an example of that forever. Wrigley is such a party environment that the stands were full, so why should they spend the money?
Not necessary at all.
Well, that city's wild, too, because that city, although it's got 1 million office buildings, no one's ever in their office in Chicago. Like, I don't know how much time you guys have spent there, but if you're like, hey, day game, let's head over to Addison.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, everyone is saying yes, because that's where business gets done. Similar thing in San Francisco. In San Francisco, the Giants got a game. It's West Coast. The game starts at 5.
Yeah.
So you're like, cool, this is happy hour. The baseball game is happy hour.
Yeah.
Let's go and something at Seattle, except it's gross and dreary all the time out there.
Sure.
It's literally a very depressive state. It's a very depressive place to live. But now they have the best, the second best player in baseball. The best. Maybe if you're ranking positions and you think catcher is the most important position, they have the best player in baseball.
Sure.
If you're
They have the best nickname in baseball for sure.
Yeah.
The Big Dumper.
That is pretty good.
Did you guys perchance see last night, right when Cal Raleigh dropped that bomb in the 6th inning, and there was a guy in the front row right behind home plate, a Blue Jays fan, had a Blue Jays hat on, and he had a air quotes Big Dumper shirt, but it was just a butt plug with the number 29 on it.
I did see this.
And he was like booing Cal Riley,
Yeah.
and then drops that bomb and just zipped his lips for the rest of the game.
They did, I think it was 23 lost 24. That's what Seattle did last night. That's crazy. 24 up, 23 down for Toronto. You're not going to win games.
Yeah.
Like Seattle doesn't even have to really do it.
Yeah.
Like that's incredibly good. And they're playing right at time of recording. They're playing right now. It's 3-3, I think, in the 4th.
Top of the 5th, though.
Top of the 5th. So good right now. And then the National League Championship Series, that starts tomorrow at time of recording.
No, tonight.
Oh, tonight.
Yeah, tonight. Also tonight.
Opposite
we got
Monday
2
Night
baseball
Football.
games, 2 football games.
So happy right now.
Howie's is the place to be. It's top of the 5th in Toronto, but I'm planning on seeing the bottom of the 5th here at Howie Sports
Yes.
Yeah. In the bottom of a glass. What's up?
Page.
What's up with that?
I'm an idiot. I'll show myself out.
Lots of changes, not just in the NFL, but in college football. So if you're into coaching and stuff, Penn State's going to have to get a new coach. I saw the, help me out. What's the team Cam Ward plays for? Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
They moved on from their head coach. I mean, I don't super care in the middle of the season because I think you're cooked no matter what. But come the offseason, we get to hear about racist John Gruden again, and we get to hear about like all this stuff. So that is cool.
I think I saw that it's the 5th, the last 5 top quarterbacks taken. The coach has been fired within that year.
Well, it's every year for the Bears. So if you don't count those, it's only a couple.
That's funny. That is super funny. WNBA is about to strike. You guys see this?
Deserve it.
What?
Get that bread, baby.
What bread? There's no bread. You can't take from a plate that doesn't have it.
The most outrageously paid sport compared to what the team brings in. But if you only got 12 dudes on a bench, like it's pretty easy to pay somebody.
0 dudes.
Pretty easy to pay somebody $80 million. You only got to pay 12 guys.
Aces won the WNBA championship. 0 people talked about that. And they said, you might not get to see Caitlin Clark immediately following this trophy ceremony. And they're like, she's not actually at the ceremony.
She's not there at all. Doesn't play for either team.
Hey, but this is how you know they made it. Because now, and I don't know her name, but the WNBA commissioner's getting booed the way that Nosferatu gets booed.
Sure.
Like they've made it to legitimate sports entity because the fans hate the ownership because they actually have fans. This is awesome for the WNBA.
I mean, just in both of our lifetimes, we've seen the WNBA arise from nothing, backed by the NBA going into the red year after year after year, to having their first 2 years in the black in the history of their organization. That's wild to see how long it took.
Luke, they can strike now because they have Victoria's Secret models that play WNBA basketball now. Like, they are in the place where they are mainstream enough where we get it. You can't be the rival of Caitlin Clark. You're not good enough.
Yeah.
But we can put some cool wings on you.
A lot of people want to be the rival of Caitlin Clark, and instead of by performance, they do it with violence. She gets beat up a lot.
Her name's Angel. They're Angels, Victoria's Secret Angels.
She's not the only one.
Angel Reese is
Not the only one.
I'm not trying to be sexist.
Mm-hmm.
There was Lisa Lobo does not look the way that Angel Reese looks.
Rebecca Lobo.
Thank you. What did I say?
Lisa Leslie.
Yes.
Rebecca Lobo.
Lisa Leslie Lobo, Rebecca.
They're both correct answers.
You did a hybrid.
Yeah.
They're figuring it out in the WNBA.
My brain just went to Lisa Loeb, and now that song's in my head. So
and you say,
I hate you so bad right now.
What I want.
That's 9 days you're talking about.
No. This is Lisa Loeb in 9 Stories.
Oh, 9 Stories.
Mm-hmm.
from the Reality Bites soundtrack that she got on there because she was stupping Ethan Hawke at the time.
Smart move. I don't know if you guys are aware. It is the first song in the history of the Billboard Top 100 to go to number one
on an independent
label. Yeah. Isn't that something? Let's go, Lisa.
Hey, all right.
Big year in 1994.
Yeah.
Wasn't done again, Van.
Influenced a lot of independent music and also influenced Tina Fey's glasses choices.
Yes.
Yeah. I also wore those glasses. So Tina Fey and me.
Okay,
yeah.
Sure.
The also didn't happen again from an independent artist until 2012, and that was, of course, Bois' Macklemore's Thrift Shop. That is correct. Yeah, there you go. I think Kendrick did it since then.
No, he's always been on a label. Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper, that's who it was. Yeah, it's been done 3 times. 3 times. Chance the Rapper lost his stuff in Chicago the other day over ice. I don't know if you guys saw any of this.
Oh, no.
So he was doing a concert, and he was, like, putting them through it. And now he's changing all his lyrics and songs to F Ice, and I don't hate it at all.
I like people.
I'm a big fan of people.
I like people. I like nice people, especially.
Yeah. It was tough for me the other day to figure out a way to say cool things about like Gaza and Hamas and Palestine and Israel, because things seem to be getting figured out over there right now. And I go, but the people are figuring it out I hate. Like, I don't know how to balance this emotion.
Yeah.
I recognize results. I'm not an ignorant fool. But I don't like that you are the one that's fixing it. I like that it's fixed.
Yeah, for sure. I don't care who does it.
Yeah, that's what I should have said.
I'm not into being specific about who fixes the world.
Just fix it.
As long as it's fixed.
Fix the world.
Yeah. And then also I have serious doubts that it's actually fixed. But still, that notwithstanding. Jorge Polanco's heater continues. Just dropped a 3-run bomb to put Seattle up 6-3.
We're stepping away to come back, because if we don't speak about the NFL, well, then we'll get text about how we don't have strong. All my stuff is how much money I make on Prize Picks. It's 2 Men On. Now, also, they're not a sponsor of me anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm now changing that sentence to Daily Fantasy.
There you go.
So moving forward, I'm going to say.
Also, our friends at Prize Picks.
Call me back.
You have our emails.
Yeah, we've done this dance before.
Mm-hmm. Can do it again.
Let's do it again. It's 2 Men On, live from Howie's. Welcome back to 2 Men On right here on the Believe Network. I, of course, am Fred Slow. Alongside me is Van Nunley, and Luke Markwith is with us the way that he always is when we are live from Howie's Sports Page right here in beautiful and historic Albuquerque, New Mexico, your home of sports and free glizzies on Mondays.
Yes. Ooh, baby.
I think I ate 8 glizzies last week.
Rookie.
Not enough glizzies.
I don't use the bun.
You don't use the bun. You just like raw dog them.
Do you factor that in, Luke, when you're having the staff prepare the glizzies here at Howie's? Do you say, hey, Fred's good for a pack, but don't worry about them buns?
Mm-hmm.
No, we just put out an abundance and let the people sort it out.
It's, dare I say, it's a never-ending supply of glizzies.
It's not quite never-ending because we have run out, but it is a plethora.
Mm-hmm. Virtual cornucopia.
Luke goes, listen, man, what you think is too many glizzies is not too many glizzies.
Think about what you think is too much and then do 50 more.
Yes. You know what a pack of glizzies cost? A lot less than the outrage when there's a glizzy shortage.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever allow.
Priceless the smiles are.
Man, you only watched the witching hour yesterday of NFL football.
That is correct.
It's hard for the NFL in October. Baseball is so good in October.
Oh, I mean, me personally agree, but the ratings say something different. NFL is king no matter what else is on.
That's real.
For sure.
That's a very real thing.
And again, like free shout out to the NFL Red Zone. The witching hour of the 11 o'clock games is the best thing in sports that's not October baseball.
I thought football was so big that it could propel anything to success. But I was recently proven wrong with the release of Him, starring Marlon Wayans.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most garbage movie of all time.
Yeah.
But
getting roasted on the interwebs. It's already on streaming. It came out 2 weeks ago.
And it's on Apple TV.
Yeah.
That's why I thought to bring it up, because I saw it on my Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, there's no way I would pay the Wednesday special $5.55 in standard 2D to see this. You believe that I'm going to pay $19.99 Apple TV? Do you believe at Amazon Prime that I've earned enough Prime rewards points that I would burn them on this? No. I saved those for watching the 1990s cult hit CPU.
PCU.
There you go. Nice try. You're very close. Appreciate you.
But there's no way, if you're going to catch me in the first week of October watching that much football, because I have to go to the Balloon Fiesta. I have to go to Paul McCartney. I have to go to the Ice Wolves.
Apologies to our friends in from out of town for the Balloon Fiesta. It rained 3 days in a row. I would like to reassure you that doesn't happen here in the middle of the desert.
Except every single year during the Balloon Fiesta and the State Fair.
The monsoons used to be predictable. All right, so friends of the show nationally.
Yeah.
A monsoon
Correct.
is when, for some reason, rain just appears, lasts for maybe an hour, and then disappears.
Friend of the show, Steve Stucker, might disagree with your definition of a monsoon,
yes,
but we get the gist of it.
They'll just be sun.
330 days of sun in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And then 3 or 4 of the rainy days are always during the Balloon Fiesta.
Oh, yeah. Ironically, the one year that it didn't rain at all during the end of September or the beginning of October was the COVID year when there was no state fair and no Balloon Fiesta. And I remember sitting outside like, oh, God, every day was gorgeous.
There was a terrible start to the NFL on Sunday yesterday as everyone had to watch the Broncos and the Jets.
Well, it wasn't mandatory.
Unless you had kickers on your daily fantasy, then you're a happy guy.
If you had a prop bet for a safety.
The Fields kid went for under 100 pass yards.
Yeah.
He went for 35 pass yards. You know, I know because his daily fantasy thing was 150 pass yards. And I go, I couldn't press under hard enough on my iPhone 17 Pro Max.
Okay.
I say, there's no way.
See, it's the conspiracy theories that when they play those games in London, they make it kicker-centric to appeal to the soccer crowd.
I love that so much.
Super smart.
That makes total sense.
Always looking out.
Yeah.
And I think their leader is about to run the Middle East, according to this thing I saw. So, they're back to prominence.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in a place now. They have the NFL, and they, again, run multiple parts of the world.
So he's going to run the Trump Gaza resort?
That's my understanding.
Okay, that's nice. Good get for him.
You know, if the people want him, that's the idea. Seahawks over the Jaguars, nobody cared about that. Chargers over the Dolphins, kind of the same conversation. All of the magic that was down there to the Hard Knocks year from Miami is dead and gone.
Yeah.
It is 100% gone. The Ravens, what?
Come on, Van. Give me some Cooper Rush stats.
The future of the Dallas Cowboys, Cooper Rush, was thrown into like a bad situation there in Baltimore. My hero, Cooper Rush, if he would have remained a Dallas Cowboy, got to throw to CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, it would be a different career trajectory instead of going to that defense first, rush first offense. He can't run. He's a ginger. That technology doesn't exist.
I thought most ginger kids were used to running.
From bullies, yes. Yeah, for sure. But it wears off real fast.
Colts are 5-1. Put me in the most surprised tier list of all time of human beings on earth as it relates to Daniel Jones.
Comeback player of the year. If you can come back from not having ever been there. I mean, he's most improved, I guess.
I don't remember from where, but this is like the biggest sneak diss I've heard in so long. And the article, the title was literally Daniel Jones finally playing with confidence. It's like, oh, that's not the compliment you think it is, dude. That is dirty pool right there.
The Dallas Cowboys were doing it so poorly before the season even started, and they've gone ahead and continued that trend through the first quarter.
God, watching their old running back just go up and down the field on them.
Yeah.
So insulting.
Well, that's the problem. Dak is playing as well as any quarterback in the league. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have his number one receiver. He's he's making adjustments at the line. Dak is doing everything. I mean, granted, he's still overpaid because there's just no way to win when you're paying a quarterback that much.
Garbage time.
But their defense is atrocious.
They don't have a single guy except for the guy that gives up long passes all the time.
They just acquired some draft capital from the Packers. Maybe they could use that draft capital for, I don't know,
a game-changing edge rusher?
Game-changing edge rusher.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Speaking of the Packers, they handled Cincinnati yesterday. I don't think there's even really a ton of conversation there except that Cincinnati has no talent offensively. It's all hurt.
Almost an NFL record was set if the Bengals would have won, which they were not close to winning. Joe Flacco would have been the only player in the history of the NFL to beat a non-divisional opponent twice in a year, because he beat him with the Browns, and he almost beat him with the Bengals.
That's so funny.
Air quotes almost.
Patriots never went away the way they were supposed to. They're supposed to be gone. They're not gone at all.
Drake May is the real deal, I think.
He's a dude for sure.
The thing that I like to happen to Cleveland happened to Cleveland. Steelers.
I think the most important part for New England's offense so far this year is Stephon Diggs and his Antonio Cromartie level of children has not caused any drama.
Yeah.
If he's just playing good football.
He's like he's a contributor.
A teammate in the locker room. He's incredible. Yeah. And we're seeing it again finally.
Steelers over the Browns, we mentioned. That is fine. Raiders over the Titans. That is also fine. It did cost the Titans their head coach, which I don't think is going to hurt them in the short run. It will definitely help them in the long run. Years ago, Van and I started a terrestrial sports talk radio show, Luke. It was called ABQ Central. When we started that show, there was a gentleman entering the NFL from a little college in the Midwest called Oklahoma.
Heard of it.
And it had a quarterback who famously, Luke, took his university's flag and stuck it right in the middle of the field against a competitor's university.
Correct.
And then he went on all of the national talking head shows, and he said, I'm going to be the number one draft pick. I'm going to be the best one to ever do it. And if you don't believe me, it's your ignorance. It's not my lack of talent.
Correct.
And Van bought into that. And Van said that this individual is the truth, will be the face of the thing. And I said, no. I said, you're wrong.
Yes, you did.
I said, you are an idiot.
Correct.
I said, this is WWE. He's putting a work on you. He's going to get the bag. He's going to give up. He's going to be nothing. And I was very correct up until about a year ago.
A handful of years. Yeah. It's been a couple. He's been that dude for a couple of years.
Baker Mayfield is that dude.
He's that dude.
I mean, can you think of a quarterback you want more right now in the fourth quarter with the game on the line?
Tom Brady? Is Tom Brady an option?
Besides Tom Brady.
Kurt Warner.
He's that
guy. If you look at he is the most dominant fourth quarter quarterback over the last two seasons by far. I mean, he is just yesterday they for the first time this season, they went into the victory formation.
Mm-hmm.
They got to kneel it out because every other game they've won on the last possession of the game.
He's unreal. Like the type of unreal to where I think if you're the Buccaneers, and although you recently won a Super Bowl, you've won a Super Bowl within the last 10 years, whatever move you need to make because your division's ass. Like you can beat, there's a bunch of wins right there. If he's like, hey, I need to trade for, and then fill in the blank, you just go and do that thing.
Yeah.
They got him 2 stud wide receivers to pair with their other 2 stud wide receivers. Nobody's got it like him right now.
Running back's good as hell.
Yeah, when they get everybody healthy down the stretch, look out.
Trouble.
I can't name anyone on their defense, but I feel like that's the NFL now. Like there's no more of those guys. The one plays in Green Bay. The rest of them, the guy for the Chiefs that never hustles.
I mean,
John Jones's brother.
There's still a couple of Watts out there and a couple of Bosa's out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, they get as much off the field publicity as they do on, but
there is that.
Chiefs over the Lions last night because they refused to go quietly into the night. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's a fine thing.
Yeah.
The
the ebb and flow of the NFL season.
Both those teams are going to be around in the playoffs, and you're going to have to look out for both of them come down.
Chiefs had an incredibly hard schedule to start the season, lost some close games, dealt with some injuries, blah, blah, blah. Chiefs are going to Chief, Lions are going to Lion. We'll see both of them, like you said, Luke, in the playoffs.
We'll wrap it up whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On right here on the Believe Network. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are at Howie's Sports page.
Yeah, baby.
Where we, me, Fred Slow, and you, Van Nunley, recap the week that was, news, pop culture, current events, stories of the week that came and the week that will come. And we do it so very often with our friend Luke Markwith, who stepped away for 2 seconds.
He's got a job, dude.
He will return to us before the end of the program, final segment of this one. And we teased it, so I thought, why not bring it back, Van?
Okay.
I thought, so when we were kids, we had VHS players at the house.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were kids, as Luke Markwith rejoins us, when we were kids, we were stuck with only like 6 or 7 options outside of Blockbuster trips for movies that we could watch at home. So we all garnered these weird obsessions with these hyper niche 90s movies that no one cares about outside of us because we owned a VHS of it.
Yeah.
Boys, the floor is yours. What is that movie you for no reason sweated in the 90s? And anytime you go to talk about it today or connect with another human being, they don't share that exact same passion that you do for it.
I watched Friday so many times on VHS, it started to ripple on the television. The tape was damaged from overplay. There's a few movies I can use an example of that, but that literally happened to my copy of Friday. I watched it so much.
I had, Clerks and then Mallrats. Those two were ones that got worn out for me pretty well.
Mallrats was huge for me.
I never saw
that's
Mallrats.
That's one of the, oh my God, you're missing out.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Clerks.
You're in a very uncomfortable position right now, Fred.
All right, go ahead. Is that part of Mallrats?
Like in the back of a Volkswagen.
The back seat of a Volkswagen?
Yeah, I have no clue. But I feel like those have name recognition. I feel like those are known.
Yeah.
Those are what I had.
The Tao of Steve was one for me.
Oh, wow. That's a deep cut.
The Tao of Steve is a weird movie.
That one changed my life, though.
It's quite zen.
You've been living it. So.
Ever since.
Kudos.
Yes.
I know the three of us all pretty well. I don't think the three of us at all are removed from the Tao of Steve.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's a big part of all three of our existences.
Hard agree.
Outside of some crises that we regularly all go through and then recover from. Yes.
We had a big group in college in the early 2000s that every Thursday after classes, we would all go watch The Big Lebowski.
Oh.
And it was White Russians. We would all sit around and drink White Russians and watch The Big Lebowski every Thursday afternoon at my buddy's house after class.
As a friend of the show probably already knows, and if you don't know, that is my favorite movie of all time. So much so that I am part of the dudism religion.
As am I.
And I myself am a dudist priest.
As am I.
Who have performed multiple weddings. This is a real thing I've done in life.
I'm going to do the classic name a bunch of things radio moves before I give you my actual answer.
Okay.
So that we can get oohs and ahs.
All right.
Okay. Dazed and Confused.
Ooh.
Yeah.
VHS and
Hands
DVD
down.
for that bad boy.
Empire Records was another one for me.
Good one.
Good one. Good. Slacker. Slacker was on it for a lot of people. That was a big 90s one. You already said Friday, which I think was a good answer. There was like mainstream ones that for whatever reason I felt like were very like Pulp Fiction. Like me as a kid didn't get it.
Sure.
And then you can go with the big Hollywood one. You can go with Terminator 2. You can go with the big, those are the ones.
Usual Suspects was another big one for me.
Huge.
I watched that one countless times. Kept trying to find more little Easter eggs in there. And
Right. Did you ever try to roofie yourself and then watch it so you weren't spoiled by the ending?
I didn't have to try.
Okay. That wasn't the Thursday date. That was your Saturday date.
Yeah.
Were we all too young for Train Spotting?
Not even.
No.
Oh, no way. Oh, yeah. That's another one I had on tape and DVD.
Kids. Did you watch Kids?
Kids.
Yeah.
Kids was wild.
I have no legs. I have no legs.
But I'm going to do it for you right here.
Okay.
This film was my personality in the 90s.
Okay.
Like this 1993 summer banger,
Stoked.
which was seen by approximately 0 human beings in theater.
Okay. I'm very
But
excited.
then I believe I received maybe as like a Happy Meal prize
Okay.
from the McDonald's. It could have been returned to the Blockbuster, didn't make it in the bin, and Blockbuster didn't care enough to go outside and pick it up.
down.
And I somehow ended up with it. But it's the most 90s movie ever made. And it's maybe why Fish Out of Water is my favorite type of storytelling. Boys, I'm taking you to Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
I'm taking you to my friend Mitchell Gooson's story of Airborne. Have you seen
Sure.
this inline,
Absolutely.
cinematic, beautiful disaster?
There was like both of us, I think you as well, Luke, are in that age where it's the only time in the history of the world that rollerblading was cool. It's always been skateboarding before and after.
Yeah.
But there is this perfect
6
little moment
months.
in the early 90s where rollerblading was the absolute shit.
Mitchell Gooson has to move from some part of California to live with his
generic hippie California.
Yes, where he He loves surfing and inline. I think he called it blading, even surfing and blading. And he has to go to Cincinnati, Ohio, to live with his in-laws, who he's never met, because his parents are maybe zoologists or something. They're out doing ocean stuff in Australia, and he shows up to Cincinnati with his surfboard.
Yeah,
because he doesn't own a map.
Whoa.
It's basically a ripoff of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but with rollerblading.
Yes.
Well, I am here for it.
Well, it's got Seth Green as the goofy cousin.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Brittany Powell, who was a '90s heartthrob, as the girlfriend. Jack Black is in it. He's like the comedic relief, because for some reason there's an inline hockey sub story involved in this thing.
Yeah.
And it's Greasers versus Socias as well. It is a coming of age film as important to me as Grease was to kids growing up in the 80s or whenever Grease came out. Like, just incredibly important to me, and no one gives a single flying F about it.
Unless you're from that, like, 2 summers where rollerblading was incredible. You don't know about this film. If you're a teenager at that time, you 100% know about this film.
Are you familiar at all, Luke, with the I wanted to come up with a really good analogy of like turns and swerves and curves for downhill inline racing.
Yes.
To describe what this story is.
Yeah.
Because it culminates, I'm not trying to ruin it.
There is a term for it, and I'll let you get to it.
It is a white knuckle thrill ride.
100%.
The fish out of water, maybe a love story. There's a lot of those 90s jokes that you can't do today because of sensitivity. This weird inline hockey thing comes back again. Greasers versus Socias, and then they all have to set their differences aside for a downhill in the famed hilly tundra that is Cincinnati, Ohio.
Nice.
They have to go down Devil's Backbone.
Devil's Backbone. If there's any obstacle in my life that is a little hairy, a little tough to overcome,
you call it Devil's Backbone.
I'm dealing with a Devil's Backbone situation here, guys.
Luke, he just wants to ride the waves of life, brother. You have to. And your lady is enough years younger than you that she definitely has not seen this.
Oh, no.
So you need to sit down with her and you tell her, this is why I am the way I am. And you tell her
that. Rad.
Oh, Rad was cool, too.
Rad was cool, too.
The old prom bike dance scene, Send Me an Angel.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, Fred,
they're kind of the same movies. There's a lot of those.
Describe what I'm doing right now, Fred.
Okay.
You ready?
You're doing the Mitchell Goosen, where you throw your hair to the side and then run it through the back of your head.
If you didn't have that haircut, at least for a couple months, and you rollerbladed in the 90s, you were ostracized.
I was ostracized for having that haircut in the South Valley in the 90s. That was a little different.
Three Ninjas is on that. It's with that kind of, it's like Blank Check. It's like that kind of movie. That Little Giants.
Yeah.
That was like made specifically like family friendly for a Little Big League.
What was the ski one? Ski Patrol. There was one where they like a big downhill race and
Ski School.
That
was a little more
Hot Dog was better. Hot Dog the movie was better. That was a VHS I watched a few times.
Do you remember Remote, where he flew the helicopter around? Or am I the only one here?
Yeah, no.
That's Suburban Commando. Did you guys watch that as a kid?
That one I do
remember that one.
Oh, had Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that was the Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
There were so many of them.
I think they remade that with Vin Diesel in The Pacifier. It was basically the same movie.
Right.
There was also a bunch of those weird, like, for some reason, a white guy in Eastern culture combat sports movies.
Karate Kid
those all existed.
For sure.
For some,
let's gentrify these other people's culture real quick.
Yeah.
And put our people right in the center of it.
Oh my God, here's the Magic Kid. Yeah. And you go, I don't know if this is a bad translation, but that's the name of the movie?
The big two from Adam Sandler and the big two from Chris Farley were like probably my two most played VHS outside of Friday.
Yeah.
They came right before Friday, the Tommy Boy and Black Sheep, Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, like over and over and over and over again till the tape wore out.
Yeah, but also like American Ninja, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like also like all of those movies where I like
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Why not?
That's a good one too. Yeah.
Well, we used to watch Warriors of Virtue, which is this. I mean, they're all the same movie. It's a little white kid who can somehow beat up adults.
Yeah.
And you go, like as a kid, you go, this makes sense. I don't need to suspend disbelief here.
I mean, it's enough to inspire me to go to karate class as a kid and realize I hated it and it wasn't for me. Made me try.
Just taking a moment to think about Mighty Ducks before we wrap the show up. Cool Runnings. Like there's a lot of them, boys.
We were making Cool Runnings references at the concert, sitting bobsled style in the grass.
I took my lady. She's very Mexican. I don't know how else to describe her.
Yeah, you can say that, I think.
Yeah, she's incredibly Mexican. So she did not grow up with Paul McCartney or Beatles or an understanding of any of it at all. And she had full on fallen asleep during the show, the most expensive nap of all time.
Some songs are very soothing. I don't blame her.
And then when Live or Let Die's Fireworks came on, yeah, she
jolted right back.
She was
trap.
Yeah.
God, thanks again to Paul McCartney. What an incredible night. He did not have to do it like that. Like
he could have phoned it in, and 15,000 people still would have been there.
It would have been incredible, even without all the extras, like, for sure. That's a thing that I've seen happen here in Albuquerque, and friend of the show is no stranger to my love of Albuquerque and northern New Mexico. I think it's a magical place. But what happens here quite often, some big names will come through town, and it's just like their refill spot.
Yeah.
We're the Wednesday show.
Phoenix, or Dallas and Phoenix or whatever.
We're the Wednesday show that I still have tickets up to 5 or 6 concerts growing up that were canceled.
Right.
Because if you're going from Dallas to Denver and you got to stop in Albuquerque and it's half sold, and you're like, you know what? It's 2/3 of the way through the tour where we need a break. Let's just.
Well, it's also the max on what your union driver can do in one night.
Yeah.
I can do 8, brother.
Ticketmaster doesn't mind because they keep the service fees. They'll refund your ticket price.
Right.
But they're keeping the $37 in add-ons.
That's got to end.
That's wild.
Oh, yeah. No, they keep all the service fees. They'll refund the ticket price.
All right. Presidente. All right, 45, 47. You fixed peace in the Middle East. Now let's fix Ticketmaster.
Eddie Vedder's been trying for 30 years, and all of a sudden when Taylor Swift's ticket went on sale and people flipped out, a bunch of 13-year-old white girls, and then Congress stepped in and said, okay, we got to look at this.
Yeah. It's literally one person.
Yeah.
His kid couldn't get tickets.
Yeah.
He was like, we need legislation to police this.
Yeah. No, Eddie Vedder's been fighting that fight for 30 years, and God bless him for it.
Well, and
you see that all the time with multiple topics, multiple legislation. It doesn't matter until it affects them personally.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and Van's favorite artist, Kid Rock, he's been up against it forever, too.
Yeah, I'm watching the alternative halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Hey, those are back.
Kid Rock, Trace Atkins. Hey, that one rapper who loves Trump. I forget his name.
The Canadian one?
Yeah.
Tom
McDonald. Yeah, there you go.
You know how much Triple H loves Donald Trump? Like, you're about to get, like, pro wrestling halftime show again. Like, you'll get all those things.
Yeah.
Like, they're definitely back. Speaking of pro wrestling, I took NWA New Mexico Duke City Championship Wrestling out to Portales for the tailgate of Eastern New Mexico University on Saturday. It's fun taking the wrestling show on the road because we're not telling like our regular stories.
Yeah, you do whatever you want.
Yeah, you do whatever you want. So I'm hilarious while we're out there. So I'm doing like ring announcing, and I'm doing like the very cliche, like a big, oh, help me out. Johnny Carson's sidekick, tip of my tongue. Used to be a Publishers Clearinghouse.
Ed McMahon.
You're welcome. I'm doing the most Ed McMahon version of me of all time, like at this thing. And then my bad guys come out, and Johnny Magna is one of my bad guys. By the way, number 10 power slapper in the world. Let's go,
Good
Johnny Magna. Let's go.
Yeah.
So he comes out, and he runs straight up to these 3 kids, and he leans over the barricade, and he goes, I hate you. I hate you all. I hate it. And these kids got their fingers in his face. And this super pretty black girl, she's like, and she's a little bit bigger, but she's just so pretty. I cannot stress this to you.
Okay.
And he's like, not you, Apple Cinnamon. I love you more than anything.
Yes.
And and he definitely went out before the show and pegged her. And he was like,
now, hold on.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No,
Identified her. And he's every time he gets hit, he's like, boo, save me. And he's like going, the crowd is like so against him. And I'm going, we make really good pro wrestling here. Like, this is the funniest stuff of all time. So thank you to Portales. Thank you for the university for having us out. Tough loss for the Greyhounds over the weekend to Western Oregon. But yeah, just an absolute banger of one before the weekend. And honorable mention, Van, Problem Child, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, and Drop Dead Fred are all on the list. There you go.
The dishes are done, man.
Luke is already helping those in attendance for Monday Night Football, so he has left us. Final words, Van, before we wrap this one up?
Oh, my goodness. Let me speak for Luke.
Okay.
Drink at Howie's.
That's a very good one indeed. For Van Nunley, I am Fred Slow. Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.